Morning. As you know, one of my favourite things about doing this channel is meeting people that I would never normally meet in any other walk of my life. And today that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to meet a chap who has started a EV owners club in Sussex, and well, we've been trying to get together for a long time, and finally we've made it happen. And it's made extra special today because he's come down to Dorset, where I live, so I don't have to go too far, and I can show him my favourite local coffee stop. Neal, thank you ever so much for meeting up with us today. It's brilliant. I think we've been trying to do this for several months, haven't we? We keep talking about next time you're down, we'll try and get together, and finally we've got around to it. So thank you. So the first time we met was Fully Charged Live?
It was, yeah. And
I think at that point you had your Leaf, but things have kind of evolved since then for you. I think you've well and truly got the bug, haven't you? So well, take me back then. I always like to know how people get into EVs. So what made you, in the very first instance, go and buy your first EV?
Well, to be honest, I hadn't even really considered electric cars at all, and until my brother-in-law, Joe Bicker, bought one. We went up to Huddersfield to see him, and he took us out for a drive, and it was a bit of a revelation. I'd never experienced it before. I'd only ever really looked at hybrids, things like that, and I was one of these people who thought that diesel was the way to go. That was the way of reducing emissions, because that's what we were all told.
Why wouldn't you believe the government?
well, yes, why wouldn't you? But yeah, so he drove us around in it, and it was great. It was a revelation. A few weeks after that, we had this old diesel Golf, which basically developed a problem. The locking mechanism on the door broke, and the car was worth about £500. The repair was going to be more than £1,000. It just wasn't worth it. At the time, Nissan were doing the switch scheme, so went to speak to salesman at the local Nissan garage. And they offered us £1,250 as a scrappage scheme on the Golf. So it was really a no-brainer. Yeah. We decided just to go all in and just try it out. A few weeks into it, it was fairly apparent that I was paying originally £120 a month for diesel just to get to work, about 1,000 miles. With the Leaf, charging at home, it's between £20 and £35.
Huge saving.
It's massive.
And that is always the thing, isn't it? Always we talk about whether it's good for the environment or not. Actually, what gets the majority of people into an EV is realising exactly what you've just said there. It saves you so much money. So that's a 24 kilowatt hour Nissan Leaf.
It is 24 kilowatt.
Techno one?
Yeah.
Nice, and it's red, isn't it?
It's bright red.
Yes, you can't miss that one. That's obviously given you a bit more of a bug because you've started doing things at home to make more use of some free power. So what have you done at home now?
Absolutely. Well, at the end of July, because obviously I always do these things at the most incorrect time of the year. End of July, I had about 4 kilowatt solar arrays installed. Haven't got battery storage at this point. I'm still looking to see what happens with the price of home storage. At the moment, it looks like price per kilowatt hour on a home storage battery is quite a bit more than price per kilowatt hour for a car battery.
Yes.
So at some point, I believe they're
going to come down, aren't they? Yeah.
But at the moment, so 4 kilowatt array, it's working brilliantly. Yeah. We hit our first megawatt hour just the other week. Very, very happy with that.
And as far as charging the car is concerned, so have you adapted to how you charge? You try and charge during the day now if you haven't got the battery, or do you have a Zappy, anything like that?
I don't have a Zappy, I just have a pod point. And I'm at work during the day, so I can't make use of the solar for charging the car, which is unfortunate, and it eventually, obviously, I will get a battery, and then that'll all be fine.
It'll change everything.
But certainly at the moment, what I've just done is replaced my meter with an Economy 7 because I always charge the car overnight.
Okay, and how have you found that? Has that made a difference for you?
My monthly bill for charging the car Bearing in mind we've only just had it installed, so these are predictions. I use about 250 kilowatt hours a month for the car. On economy 7, that will be about £20.
Okay.
On my previous rate, it was about 35.
Okay, so that is a not insignificant saving. And just because obviously people watch from different countries, economy 7, very briefly, is a change in tariff rate overnight. So they normally specify the times. In the middle of the night, the electricity tariff rate comes down. During the day, if you're on economy 7, normally it's a little bit higher, isn't it, than you would normally be able to get on a standard.
It's about 2 pence per kilowatt hour more expensive during the day. But then during the day, that's when the solar panels are on. So
and you're at work, and so you're not going to be using it anyway. So so that obviously works for you, which is brilliant. So you've got the car, sorted the house out, more plans for the house, but it didn't stop there for you. You decided that you wanted to meet with other like-minded people, and you started a club. So,
well, absolutely. You know, it was quite funny. So I got the car, and I really wanted to get involved in a local community. So I started looking around to see what there was. And there wasn't anything really. Obviously, you had the Renault Zoe Owners Club run by Craig. Excellent. I don't have a Zoe, so there isn't an equivalent Leaf Club that I'm aware of. So I joined various Facebook groups for electric cars, and then I just decided, you know what, I'm going to make something. I'm going to create something local that people can get involved in. So I initially started off by creating a Facebook group called Sussex EVs, advertised it in various other Facebook groups, and people started appearing. Oh, this is rather nice. So went to EVs in the Park in Coventry, met up with Craig, and he was enthusiastic about the venture and about the idea, and he was really encouraging. So
he's a lovely bloke.
He is a really nice guy.
Can't help but be infected by his enthusiasm when you're around him, can you?
So yeah, I just really wanted to push it forward and make it something bigger. So I created the website. I started creating merchandise like T-shirts and stickers and whatnot. Started putting more effort into advertising, and started arranging the first meetups. So the very first meetup we did, 3 cars turned up, about 6 people, and it was nice. We chatted. Second meetup, about 2 months later, much better attended. We had 2 Model S's, 2 Leafs, a Renault Zoe, BMW i3, and a Hyundai Ioniq.
Fantastic. And were they quite local, the people, or they travel?
From all around Sussex, so quite a few around Brighton, Worthing areas. In fact, EV side from Hitchin came down.
So
that was really nice. And the next meetup, which is happening in November, within 24 hours of posting the event, I've got 7 people who are confirmed going and 5 people who are interested, and hopefully that's going to just going to keep on growing as time goes.
And I think you're right. There's so many of us now that are looking for other like-minded people to meet up with, and it's really difficult because unless you meet somebody at a charger, you might have a chat, and that's it. You go your separate ways. There's no focal point. And I know there are some clubs like the Renault Zoe Club, and there are some other ones dotted around the country. But to have an EV club that's not specific to a particular brand, that anyone can turn up to, and it's just people that are similar, isn't it? You get chatting, you find things out. It's just nice talking to other like-minded people.
Absolutely.
Which kind of why I like doing this.
The thing is, electric car drivers, they tend to be so enthusiastic.
Yes.
They get into the technology because they're interested in it. It's not just a car. For the majority, it's a way of life. It's something that they've consciously had to choose. I'm going to do this thing. And so they're enthusiastic about it. So you meet some wonderful people and real characters.
Yes.
And it's excellent.
And I think you have to be a positive type of person to drive an EV, because when you're in the middle of the night and the chargers aren't working, you've got to stay positive.
Well, yes. That was one of the things when I first got my electric car. I wasn't sure how charging on long journeys was going to work for me. 95% of my journeys, I charge at home. Every morning it's full again.
Obviously all these people are now starting to turn up to the club, and I'll put all the links in below, so that the website and your Twitter and all the rest of it, so people can go and have a look, and hopefully a few more turn up, which would be brilliant, because at some point I'll certainly get along, because it's not that far away. So at the moment you're running a Leaf and a petrol car.
That's correct.
So what are the plans going forward then?
Well, we want to get rid of the. It's a Focus Ecotech, so it's eco.
Yeah. I do love a green or a blue badge on a
yes.
petrol or diesel.
And it did replace a dirty diesel, so it does have that going for it. But yes, so the plan is we're in the process of paying off our solar panels. We're very nearly there. Once the panels are paid off, we intend to buy the Leaf outright. We have a fair chunk of the PCP left to go, so it will take a little while to get to that stage. But yeah, we'll get all that paid off, and then Leanne's going to get the Leaf, and
it's good of you to give that to her.
Well, I thought so. And I'm probably going to get something like an Ionic. Because I did seriously look at the Kona and the Nero, and the range that they offer is exceptional. It's excellent.
It is.
The longest journey I ever tend to do is up to Huddersfield, and the Ionic could do that with one stop. I'm going to stop once anyway.
Of course you are, yeah.
And I can get an Ionic for a fair chunk cheaper than I can get a Kona or a Nero.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's probably the way we're going to go.
Brilliant. So then you'll be a 2 EV family.
Absolutely.
With solar panels, hopefully a battery to follow, living the dream.
Fun.
So, right, as far as how we find you, what's the website address is?
It's www.sussexevs.co.uk.
Excellent. And Twitter?
EV Sussex.
EV Sussex. Next meet is where and when?
It is at Billingshurst Library Car Park on the 25th of November between 1 and 4 p.m.
Brilliant. So if you're in the area or you're nearby, head on down. It'd be great to get as many people as possible. And
Absolutely.
Just hopefully that club will just keep growing and growing for you.
And everybody's welcome. You know, you don't have to drive an electric car to come along. If you're just interested in the technology and you want to meet people to talk to, perhaps you're just about to commit to moving electric or plug-in hybrid, then come along and just have a chat to these people, because they're really enthusiastic and they all know a lot.
Yeah, tap into that knowledge base, because you're not going to get it from a dealer. So
no, absolutely.
Come and meet the right people. Well, thank you ever so much for meeting us today. I really enjoyed chatting to you. It's really nice
pleasure
to finally sit down and have a chat with you rather than in passing it fully charged. So thank you ever so much for that, and I'm sure we'll meet up again, and I'll try and get along to one of the meetings. Brilliant. Thanks, Neil.
Thank you.
Cheers. So that was Neil, and a bit about his club, Sussex EVs. If you are in that area or you just want to go and meet up with them, have a look at some of the information that he gave us, the websites, Twitter, etc., and pop down to one of those meetings, because if you've got an EV, you know that most of us are like-minded people, and it's great to meet up and chat. If you haven't and you just want a bit more information about it, well, these are the people to go and talk to, the people that own them, and you'll get some good, honest answers, which is brilliant. But it was lovely to meet Neil today. It's been a long time coming, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. We drank some good coffee, we went to a nice place, and it was just nice to have a chat with him. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to like and share, and if you're not doing so already, subscribe to the channel, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at EV Opinion. Until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.